reflect a light, and when you take the picture, that is what you see in your pupil, the red light, that, or the reflection of it is red. So that's why you see it as red, right? So this is the story of your eye here now. You have all these nice fancy names. You have your eyebrows. You have some muscles here. Orbicularis oculi muscle. So when you're talking about like blinking or lifting your eyelids, your muscles here, orbicularis oculi muscles, they're controlling all that. And another muscle here that helps is levator palpebrae superioris in your upper eyelid to lift the eyelid. And then you have conjunctiva, this area, the conjunctiva, and then you have the cornea of your eye. Also have some eyelashes there. So this is sagittal section from the side we're looking at. You have some gland here called tersal gland. What else do we have here? Skin. Lower eyelids, we have the loose connective tissue, skin, orbicularis oculi muscle again, tarsal plate, conjunctiva of the eyelids. Back here, you have again two muscles. You have the inferior oblique muscle and inferior rectus muscle. So these are some of the muscles in your eye that help your eye to close your eyelids, move it around. Because you can do that, right? You can move your eyeballs, like when you look that way, it moves this way. Look this way, it goes that way, up, down. So you're moving. You have the ability to move your eyes every direction. And actually, one of the ways they find out if something is not working with those is they'll give you the test. It's called the H test. They'll look up and down, this, that. So it's an H test. So if you can't do one of it, that means one of the tracts can be messed up in your eyes. The accessory structures here for your eyes, you have your lacrimal apparatus, or we call it the tear glands, where tear comes from. Consists of the lacrimal gland, lacrimal canaliculi, and the nasal lacrimal duct. Lacrimal glands secrete tears. Now tears, what's tears? Did you ever try tasting your tears?
Salty.
Yeah, I mean everyone does that, right? Salty. Yep. Mostly it contains water with some salts, mucus, and lysozyme. Lysozyme is what kills the bacterial stuff. Not that it can kill all bacteria, but very few. It has a way to protect your eyes too. Enter the eye via superolateral excretory glands. So that's the enter way. How it enters through is your superolateral excretory glands, and it exits or goes out through the eye medially via the lacrimal canaliculi. It drains into the nasal lacrimal duct. So there are three of this that it comes from: excretory, lacrimal canaliculi, and nasal lacrimal. So this picture here shows it. So first you have this lacrimal gland. See where it is, and we're up there. And your tears are going this way. See how your lacrimal gland is not where you think it is? A lot of people, because we have this tears falling from here, we have this idea that the lacrimal gland is also in our area here, that tears come from, but it's actually on the side. So it can, its function is to lubricate the eyes and protect it, right? So the tears come from that side and go across your whole eye, right? And then there's this space for the tear to fall from here. That's why it falls from there. And so you have it from lacrimal gland, tears are produced there, and they exit the gland through your lacrimal ducts here, the superior duct we talked about, and then it goes all over the surface of the eye, and they enter the lacrimal canaliculi here to this side, the both of it, and then it goes down through your nasal lacrimal duct to your nasal cavity, down in there. Extrinsic eye muscles. Now we looked at some accessory structure, the lacrimal, we're looking at eye muscles now. 6 strap-like muscles, we call it, for your eye to be able to move in all directions, right? 6 strap-like muscles enable the eye to follow moving objects, right? You can always follow moving objects when it's going fast. Although if it's going really fast, you give up, right? You're not trying to follow it anymore. You're just tired with it. But we can move our eyes around to keep up with moving objects. Maintain the shape of the eyeball as well. So it maintains the shape. 4 rectus muscles originate from the annular ring. And rectus muscles, how do you think rectus muscles go in which direction when you hear the word rectus? Up, down, right? So it's this way. It's going that way. And then you have 2 oblique muscles, which will go angle, kind of like this, right? So that's exactly how it is. Thanks. So 4 of these rectus muscles, and then 2 of the oblique muscles. That gives it like a 6 strap muscles in your eyes. This is how it looks like. So it's almost like your eyeball is hanging there like that with the straps attached to keep it in. So these are the names of all your rectus muscles. You have the superior, lateral, medial, and inferior. All of those 4 rectus muscles are there. And then you have the 2 oblique muscles, the superior and inferior oblique muscles on the sides of it. This table here shows your rectus and oblique muscles, where it originates. Insert the nerves in there and actions of it. You do not have to memorize this table. So, but this is a good table where it shows the origination. Now let's get into the anatomy of the eye. We were looking a little bit on anatomy before too, but just some accessory parts. So this anatomy, this is slightly irregular hollow sphere, it says, with anterior and posterior poles. Right, you have poles, anterior, posterior, and it's a hollow space, right? Eyeball is composed of 3 layers. You have your fibrous layer, vascular layer, and your nervous layer. Fibrous layer is where you have the top layer, we call it the sclera or cornea, right? Vascular layer is where you have all the vascularization, right? The blood vessels, vascularization. We have choroid, ciliary body, iris, all of that in vascular layer. Nervous layer is where you have your retina, and this is where you can imagine all the what's in there in the nervous layer. Nervous layer.
Oh, nerves.
Nerves are there. So all the nerves are in your nervous layer, and it's in your retina there. So it's the most inside layer of it. The internal cavity is filled with fluids called humors. So you probably heard of vitreous humors, aqueous humors. So those are the humors, or fluid inside that's filling your eye space. So this is a good picture of it. So you can see the 3 layers here. The very top layer outside is your fibrous layer. We call this the sclera here. And you also have this vascular layer, the second one, which is choroid, and you have ciliary body and iris. All of those are your vascular layers, the second layer there. And then you have the neural layer that's just inside the retina, which is what we call neural. Then you have this humors inside. Back here, the space, we have vitreous chamber with vitreous humor. Out here is what we have this aqueous humor, and we have anterior and posterior chamber separated by your iris. That we have the humors in there. And you can see how this retinal artery and veins are coming in, vascularizing. Where are the vascularizing in your eye? Which layer? Vascular layer. And an example of that would be your choroid. Right. Choroid, and you have your iris and ciliary body. So this is a good picture to know from your eye part. So let's look at the fibrous layer first. We have the sclera and cornea, right? Those are the fibrous part of the eye. Posterior 4/5 of the eye is your sclera. So you have the, what you can't see, the posterior